journey through continuous effort and struggle. And this is by Napoleon Hill. Welcome to another exciting episode of Podcast with Sheila. With me today is the author of 14 Days in Beijing, Amazon's bestseller, Chancellor K. Jackson. He will be sharing with us his experience in China in 2019. Hello, Chancellor, and welcome to Podcast with Sheila.
Blessings and balance to everyone tuning in, and to you, Sheila. I appreciate you for having me.
It's a delight to have you here. Do you have a favorite quote you'd like to share with us today?
The quote, I'm not sure who it originates from,
Okay.
but the quote is, adversity introduces a man to himself.
Adversity introduces a man to himself. That's a good one. Tell us a little bit about you, where you come from, just a little background about you so that our audience will know who our guest is for today.
For sure. I'm from America, Atlanta, Georgia. Those that are familiar with the demographics or just the geography of the United States. But from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm 25. I played football for the vast majority of my life, American football. Played in high school and college as well. I got my bachelor's degree in communication and media studies. And after football, schools, I landed my first job in China, teaching English to children. I was teaching kids as young as 3 years old all the way up to 14. And so I spent a little time in China and then came back to America. And here I teach still. I coach high school football in addition, sell my books, and I'm also partnered with a nonprofit organization, and we work with youth and, education, athletics, life skills, just multiple avenues. And where I come into play specifically with them is using my book, 14 Days of Beijing, working with
Okay, but before we go into your book properly, how did you end up in China? Did you go there on your own to teach, or were you sent there to teach?
I applied. I was just doing my typical job searching routine, and came across the application on LinkedIn. I want to say, yeah, it was LinkedIn.
Okay.
And that's when I said, okay, teach English in China. I'm like, damn, okay, that sounds dope. That sounds kind of cool. I feel like I know I can do that. And reading the job description, I'm like, okay, that's smooth. I know I can do this for sure. And I only had 3 requirements.
Oh.
A bachelor's degree. It don't matter what degree. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got one.
Okay.
Clean background, check, and you're a native English speaker. That was it. I'm like, okay, that's it. I applied to that. Applied, ended up getting the job. First job to tell me yes after 8 months of applying was on the other side of the world.
So, what was the experience like in China?
China was lit. China was so much fun. China was like, I miss China. Like, China was amazing. Like, it's a different world for sure. Culture, people, just vibration, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a different world. But like, I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm very adventurous. I'm very optimistic, spontaneous. So I got a thrill out of the experience. You know what I'm saying? Everything is challenging, just especially being a foreigner. You know what I'm saying? I don't speak the language like that. You know what I'm saying? So any and everything is going to be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Going to the grocery store, going to the bank, you name it. You know what I'm saying? It's the most simplest task. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a challenge. Meeting the different people, especially all the foreigners, meeting them they made the experience even more fun. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was just amazing because it's like, one, how many people do we know in our lives that went to China, one, yet alone live? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that all of us are here right now is just like, man, what are the, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, it's what, you know what I'm saying? The odds is like, okay, we here for, you know what I'm saying? I met you for a reason, bro. Like, you come from Europe, you come from Africa, you come from Canada, you come from Australia, you got folks from everywhere. But it's like, all right, man, we are right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? In a country that is even hard to just visit. So that was, you know what I'm saying? The foreigners made it fun as well. Traveling and exploring China, just man, that was an adventure within itself alone too. And then most importantly, I enjoyed my work. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to China to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you don't like your job, then that's gonna make or break the whole experience. Luckily
Exactly.
for me, I enjoyed working with the
Working with the
kids.
children and all.
The kids they made the job fun. If it wasn't for the kids, I'm like, man, this probably boring. You know what I'm saying? The kids made it fun. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I enjoyed every little bit of China that I got to experience for
So
sure.
what happened? What led to you writing 14 Days in Beijing? What is the story there?
So long story short, I ended up getting locked up out there and then 14 days in a Chinese penitentiary.
Oh,
Um, and pretty much what just led up to, you know what I'm saying, me doing the 14 days. It's April 4th, 2019. And I'm finna get ready to head to this event, you know what I'm saying? So before I go to the event, I'm a pregame before I go. And for y'all that don't know what pre-gaming is, it's like, okay, before you or you and your friends go out on a night full of festivities, hey, we're gonna turn up at the house real quick, then we're gonna go to the actual function. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? So,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, that's what we call it
So
pregame.
the fun was going to start from the house before you take it to the
Yes,
party. Right.
exactly, exactly. So that's why I'm in my apartment by myself. I'm just sipping some Chinese liquor, listening to music, smoking some cannabis at my little pipe. I'm just vibing. All right. So get done. I'm finna get ready to leave now. So I make sure I got everything. I hear a knock at the door. Look through the peephole. It's three officers from the Beijing Police. That's like right then and there. I'm like, ooh, ooh, shit. Like what they doing here?
Yeah.
So scramble to put everything up and open the door. They walk in. They question me about drugs. I'm like immediately like this. They question me about drugs. I'm just playing the fool. Like I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me go get my passport because clearly there's some confusion here. So um, time progresses. You know what I'm saying? More officers enter, and the next thing I know, they have me do a drug test right there on the spot. And as soon as they, you know what I'm saying, they put the drug test, I was like, oh yeah, it's over with. It's over with. So
Oh,
yeah, so I do the drug test, fail the drug test. You know what I'm saying? And then they arrest me and take me to one precinct. And I'm there for just a little bit, sitting handcuffed, just reflecting, and in my head a lot. And then we move to another precinct that's a little bit further away. And there I'm in that precinct for 14 hours. And I do my interrogation and you know what I'm saying, get my identity put into the system and all of that. And then after that, that's when they took me to the actual jail. And I was locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 people to one cell, 9 wooden beds. And all I had was one bowl and one spoon for 14 days straight.
wow. Let's take it slowly because I want to understand the story very well. So
For sure.
I don't know the Chinese laws too much. From what you're telling me, I gather that they do not allow cannabis there. Is that it?
Well, ironically, I got a friend that's still in China, and he was just out at a bar, and they have like hemp infused beers out there. Like I'm just like, when I seen it on the story, I'm just like, huh? I'm like, nah, bro, they can't be, nah, bro, you out and you bought that? I'm like, oh, nah, bro, they owe me 14 days. But
So did somebody
thought
snitch on you? How did they get to know you were?
that is still a mystery to this day, Sheila. Like you read my book, it's like I get asked that question all the time. Like, what made them come by your apartment in the first place? I have no clue. I'm hoping y'all can read and help me figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I have no, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the house by myself. I'm by myself, so it's like, and it wasn't my first time smoking out there. I was smoking the whole time I was out there for the most part. So it's like, what possessed them to come out? I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I have no clue, but you know what I'm saying? All in all, I couldn't do nothing but hold myself accountable at the end of the day. Cause you know what I'm saying? I made a choice and I had to live by it. You know what I'm saying? The consequences that, you know what I'm saying, came from it. So, you know what
The
I mean?
14 days in the detention cell, what happened? Were you maltreated? Were you treated well? What exactly went on in the cell?
Well, in the cell, we just locked up, like we locked up 24/7. So it's me and 14 other inmates For the first 3 days, it's all Chinese people I'm in the cell with, so I can't really communicate. I can't communicate with nobody. So the first 3 days, I'm just in my head.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing. I'm the only person I can communicate to, so I'm the best believe I'm talking to myself a lot. But the sales was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying, the inmates, they really, you know what I'm saying, this is the first time most of them have had a person of color like this close. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah.
they just curious. Okay, damn, I know about y'all, but it's like, man, I actually have one face to face with me. Also, you know what I'm saying? They just really just wanted to just they had a bunch of questions, but the language barrier was, man, it was just communication just non-existent. Even if we tried, you know what I'm saying? But I can
Yeah.
just tell like they was curious and excited, and you know what I'm saying? It was genuine. Like it was no malice or ill
Yeah.
will. Ain't nah, it was nothing like that. It was nothing like that.
So what happened after the 14 days? You were asked to go back home to
Oh
your
yeah, so
apartment.
once I got released from the jail, they took me straight to my apartment to pack up the rest of my things,
Oh.
and then my apartment straight to the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got deported the same day I got released. They kicked my
Just
ass.
because you were doing cannabis there?
Yeah.
Wow. So what was life after you came back? What happened afterwards?
So it was just, man, I'm back to square one. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in this position when I graduated from college, because like, okay, I haven't landed a job yet. You know what I'm saying? I've been applying, but I ain't landed nothing yet. So I'm back home. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure it out. So it was that all over again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Literally a calendar year later. Yeah, bro, I'm back from square one. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure out what's going to be my next move. You know what I'm saying? And still like, bro, what is it that you want to do, bro? Like, I feel like that was the biggest challenge and the biggest hurdle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you want to do, bro? Like, what is that you truly want to do? I'm like, bro, I have no clue. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? The best way for me to start figuring out is I just got to try different things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy teaching. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy working with the youth. You know what I'm saying? Being able to pour into them. You know what I'm saying? And provoke thoughts that and plant seeds that I know they're not receiving from their peers, their homes. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Being that source of just encouragement, positivity, and wisdom to just any and everybody. But you know what I'm saying? I mainly work with kids, so definitely that's why I enjoy that aspect. So I definitely wanted to stay in that field. So like I still teaching stuff. Um, I ended up falling into coaching. You know what I'm saying? One of my little homie across the street, a little across the street from me, he played for the same high school I played at. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, hey, man, you should come watch us work out one day. I'm like, for sure. And just for me, him inviting me to go watch them work out and me actually going up there to watch them, that's how I ended up falling into coaching. So it was just, you know what I'm saying? And then, months later, okay, I'm back home. I'm like, damn, bro, I got locked up in China. I done lost everything. I know I need to do, I want to do something with the story. I just don't know what to do. I don't know how I want to go about sharing this story with the world. And then, man, I'm chilling with a partner one day, a friend. Hey, bro, you should write a book about it. I'm like, man, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I could write a book about it. And I just, you know what I'm saying? So it's everything that I'm doing now is, man, somebody posed it. Me, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm willing to try. I
Yeah.
try, see what it's talking
Yeah.
about. And you know what I'm saying? So that's just where we at with it now. You know what I mean?
What do you think that for me, I'm looking at, you probably needed some growing up to do.
Yeah,
And you
for
needed
sure.
some growing up outside of your comfort zone. And for me, that's how I see it. Because I've, from experiences, I've just grown to appreciate every trial I have gone through personally. And I see that every trial we go through makes us better when we come out of it.
Definitely.
Tell us, do you think the experience you went through in China has made you a better person?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Just my character improved. My level, I already had a great level of patience, but now it's even greater now. You know what I'm saying? It's even
Yeah.
greater now. So being patient, not making irrational decisions, and learning more about myself, most importantly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of us don't know ourselves and can't even really sit here and speak on ourselves elaborately, you know what I'm saying, and articulately. So, you know what I'm saying, I was able to learn a lot about myself, and with learning myself, okay, now I can start figuring out what it is that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? What is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? I can start connecting these dots now. Now I learned the centerpiece. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
now it's being able to, you know what I'm saying, take what I've learned, and now let's go apply it to life, and you know what I'm saying, the journey, and you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely what that definitely made me a better person. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like for me to go through something like that and still be as positive, still, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, charismatic as I am, it's like, yeah, bro, everybody goes through something traumatic. You know what I'm saying? What you do with it at the end of the day solely depends. It's up to you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what you
You're
make
right.
it. So
You're
just being
right.
able, yeah, just show people like, hey, bro, I got locked up in China, bro. So you know what I mean? Trust me, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? We all face our adversity. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what you gonna do with it?
Yeah. So how did you feel when your book became bestseller on Amazon? What was the experience like? Share with us.
I
How?
mean, I, I knew just from writing it, really just writing it, and then as I'm going through the editing process, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, hey, bro, this is going to go crazy. Like I already knew, I knew it was gonna go crazy just from me editing and writing. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Then when I got the cover and then the title, oh yeah, this is going. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm finna fuck the streets up with this one. I'm finna go crazy with this, and I just knew it, but I didn't think it would go that crazy. I ain't see story. You know what I'm saying? Man, locked up abroad in China. You know what I'm saying? Happened to a young colored dude, a young American too. Yeah, people gonna eat it up. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was still on pre-sale actually. I was still on pre-sale, and my book was ranked number one in 3 different genres. Yeah,
How many
so
copies have you sold so far?
couldn't even tell you.
Crazy.
Couldn't even tell you.
Wow.
couldn't even, yeah,
Wow.
couldn't even tell you.
How long has it been on the market since you wrote it, since you published it?
2020, April 4th, 2020. So I got locked up on April 4th, 2019.
Oh,
The anniversary date, April 4th, 2020. That's when I dropped the first book of 14 Days of Beijing. So
great.
it's only been a year now. It's going to be 2 in April next year.
So
So
how long did it take you to write the book?
it only took me 4 months to write it.
Oh,
And
great.
that was with me bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I still like 4 months was it's still a short amount of time. Um, it was the editing process that that's you know what I'm saying, that took the longest for sure. Just writing it though, because all I'm doing is just telling y'all the story. It's like me sitting here telling the story, you know what I'm saying, the full detail right now. You know what I'm saying? But I just put it on paper. That's all I'm doing. So that wasn't challenging at all. But the editing process, that was like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh,
formatting it and you know what I'm saying, just fine tuning and getting as perfect as possible. You know what I mean? So that was the most time consuming part for real, for real. I actually wrote a second book, you know what I'm saying, I plan on dropping soon. It's a romance
I
novel.
was just about to ask you if you were going to write another book.
Yeah. It piggybacks off of 14 days, but it's a whole completely different story, and completely different genre. You know what I'm saying? And I wrote that in 2.5 weeks. So me being laser focused, I'm like, I can see how fast I can write it. It took me 2.5 weeks to write that. You know what I'm saying? And I've just been editing it since. I wrote it in February, so I've just been editing it since, just fine tuning, perfecting it, and it'll be here very, very soon. And I'm just the same way I felt writing and editing in 14 days. I feel writing and editing this next novel. So I'm like, okay, I know the next one gonna go even crazy, especially being a romance.
But there's something I'm beginning to pick up from here. You have a degree in is it in publishing or media studies or something like that?
Communication and media studies.
Communication and media studies. And you never thought of putting a book together until you went to China. So probably God was speaking to you. Put a book together, put a book together. You wouldn't. So then you had to go and have an experience in China, and that will force you to put a book together because that was your breakthrough. You know, sometimes, just like you said, you came back and you didn't know what to do because you were looking for, you've come back to this where you were before. And it's as if you didn't actually know what to do with yourself when you came back from China. And just before you went to China, you were looking for a job and you weren't finding it either.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just have to sit down and reflect on yourself, because a part of your story, I can reflect with it. Just like when I came out of the university and I couldn't get a job with my first class honors, I still couldn't get a job.
That's crazy.
And it's so difficult. And you wonder what's going on in the world. And it's as if every year, more graduates are being churned out. And we all cannot fit the job market, So some of us will have to try and set up our own things or do things on our own. But we get a bit stereotypical, trying to all go the same way, look for a job, look for a job, look for a job. But for me, I just decided that, look, there's a reason we go to the university. And at that time, I believe that we don't just go to the university to come out and go and work for somebody, because we go there to receive the training and everything else to be able to stand on our own and do things for ourselves. For those who want to be able to do things, why not try and do something for myself? That was where I started from. So probably with you, when you weren't getting a job, from what I'm seeing, what you could have done was to look within yourself and think of what I can do with what I got from the university. Why did I go to the university in the first place? What did I study? What can I do with it? You get it?
Yeah.
It was a good thing for me. It was a good thing you went to China to explore, to meet different people, learn a bit about their culture and all, and the way they do things. And sometimes it helps you grow. You grow better and quicker when you are not in your comfort zone.
Thanks.
Because when you're around the people who love you and you're around the things you are used to, you don't grow too much. But when you are kind of in the wilderness and you are on your own, trying to find your footing and find, that is when you grow quicker. And I think you did it quicker within a year.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's a very inspiring story when you break it up the way we've just done it, to know where you've come from and where you've been and what you accomplished, brought back to do this big thing you've done with your book. And now it's a bestseller. And I think it's a very impressive story.
I appreciate it. It's been a journey for real, for real. It's been a journey, and I completely agree. You know what I'm saying? I knew, like, all the jobs turned me down at first. I'm like, okay, clearly this is not. I had that self-reflection. I'm like, because I was applying for corporate positions, sales, marketing, management. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do that. I did that for 8 months. I'm getting flown out, all different types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not landing nothing though. I'm like, okay, Chance, this isn't for you. Clearly, the universe is making it evident. You know what I'm saying? Evident that this not the journey. So it's like you got to reapproach this whole job searching thing. So that's what I was like, okay, what are you good at? Okay, you do working with people, dealing with people. So I'm like, look for stuff that's geared towards social work. And then I came, you know what I'm saying, came across just job search. I looked at the filters. I seen an international button. So I'm like, damn, why I ain't think to look for opportunities outside of America? You know what I'm saying? So just being able to go through all the trial and errors, take a self-reflect, take a different approach, actually land something. I'm like, I don't know. I don't see myself being out in China no longer than my year. So I was gonna do my year, and that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was gonna really come from it, but I'm like, something's good gonna come from this situation. Me going out here, the first job 10 years is on the other side of the world. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing for sure. And I don't know what's gonna come from it, but I know something good will. I know something good will for sure. And did I expect it to go like that? Absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, that's just how I played. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was supposed to happen.
So if today you receive a call and somebody's offering you a job, would you take it?
It really depends on what it is, where I'm gonna be at, how much I'm gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta fit my criteria, you know what I'm saying, for sure. Especially y'all hit me up. Oh yeah, best believe I gotta be in my benefit for sure.
Great. Okay, so this is the first time you're going to try this, and this is a time of truth. It's a way to get to know you a bit more. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then we'll see your response to it. So sweet or sour for you?
Sweet.
Introvert or extrovert?
Man, I feel like I can be both for real. Like if I'm around people I don't know, introvert. But if I'm around people I'm comfortable with, oh man, well, I'm the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay. Great. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube, without a doubt.
YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube.
Your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'd say lamb. I love lamb. Lamb is fire. Lamb is good.
Great. Okay, so finish these sentences. I regret.
Don't like to regret anything. I'm like everything we go through is for a reason. But if I were to give you just one answer, I regret. Um, I regret not writing more when I was younger and in school. Like I wish I would have journaling, just journaling. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the form of writing I do now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just journaling. You know what I'm saying? I was man. I'd be even better. Have a lot more stories. I probably have more books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Too. For sure.
Okay. I'm glad.
I'm glad that I possess the natural just characteristics and spirit to just, you know what I'm saying, uplift and motivate and encourage people. And you know what I'm saying, be a voice of reasoning, deliver of wisdom, you know what I'm saying, at such a young age as well. Yeah, I'm glad I possess those traits because you know what I'm
I
saying, people
pray.
I pray that everything that I want to accomplish in life happens. I pray for wealth and abundance and health
Great.
for just me and my tribal members and family and friends. And yeah,
Nothing in this world can.
nothing in this world can stop me but me.
Great. I'm thankful for.
I'm thankful for my support system.
Great.
Yeah, man. I'm thankful for my support system. This journey would have been a lot more difficult if I didn't have that. So,
Okay, so as we wrap up, what would your best advice be to our audience?
learn yourself. If you don't really know yourself, take time to get to know yourself and learn yourself truly. And know what I'm saying. If you need need a way to do that, this is why take yourself out on a little getaway for a few days. Place you've always been interested in going, travel to, and go by yourself. When you do that, of course, you're gonna be traveling someplace you've never been before. So use your phone to navigate. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But as far as just communication to the outside world, that's not in the physical presence that you're in, ignore all of that. You know what I mean? And you'll see how much you'll learn about yourself. For sure.
Great.
That's what I did essentially. So yeah, just learn yourself. Whatever adversity you face, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Take what you need to take away from it, apply it to your life moving forward, and you know what I'm saying, continue to keep going. And I have a question that I just wanted to pose. Are you chasing a dream or are you fulfilling your purpose? Based on where you at in your life right now, like, are you chasing a dream or are you fulfilling your purpose? Which one are you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you can't even really answer that, or I just planted a seed. You know what I'm saying? For sure. To get your mind really thinking about that and to really answer that question, you got it. How well do you know yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it starts with the very first thing. You gotta learn yourself first, and then everything else gonna start connecting afterwards. So yeah.
Exactly. Where can our listeners connect with you as we wrap up?
Get your copies of 14 Days of Beijing, available on Amazon. I have a free version, pretty much the first 3 chapters of the book that's available on Amazon, Apple Books, Kobo, and other book platforms. Yeah, get y'all copies of that, man. Get your popcorn ready too, because it's a roller coaster.
Are you going to turn that into a film? It would be great to turn that into a film. Have you thought of it?
That's my end goal. Like everybody that read it, like, man, I can see this being on Netflix. I can see this being a movie or a show. Yeah, so that's the end goal.
It has a brilliant title though. 14 Days in Beijing. It sounds classic, and it will be good as a film title. Really.
Appreciate it. But yeah, y'all can just Google me though. 14 Days of Beijing or Chancellor K. Jackson. I'll pop right up for sure.
Great. It's been a delight having you here on Podcast with Sheila, Chancellor.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, Sheila.
We wish you the very best as you journey on in life. And hopefully we'll be able to host you again when you come up with a new exciting book.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
If you've been listening in, this is season 2, episode 29 of our podcast series, where we've been bringing your way seasoned guests with inspiring real life stories to share with us. Do not miss out on all these lovely experiences. Subscribe and be notified when a new episode is released. We have a video presentation of this episode on our YouTube channel. Just search for Podcast with Sheila on YouTube and you'll find us. Until we meet again, have a brilliant week.